Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm xxNey. If you're new here, hi, welcome to the family. Now I know I've been kind of away for like a month and a half, maybe 2 months, but your girl was sick, okay? I got sick on my birthday and it was just a spiral after that. I had like a little health scare, basically, but I am better now. I'm on the mend, I'm on some meds, and I am doing much better. Now I know this video is long overdue, especially since my TikTok that I made like in March is still blowing up and people are still asking me, especially South Africans, how did you make the move? What was the challenges? Can you tell us more information? So I figured I would just make this video for anybody who's looking to move to Perth. That's where I am. I'm in Perth, Australia. I can't speak much on Sydney or Melbourne, Brisbane, all the other cities, but I can speak on my experience in Perth so far. So yeah, I guess let's get into the video. Now I do have notes on my phone, so if you see me, I'm gonna try to just put it here so I don't look down too much, but I made some notes, so let's get in. So the first one is just the overall move and the first initial challenges. Now when my husband and I got here, we did not know that Australia was in the middle of a rental crisis. His work put us up in a hotel for 2.5 weeks, so while we were there we just kind of got into it. We started looking for apartments, we applied to everything, or tried to apply, not knowing at the time that it was a rental crisis. Okay, it was a rental crisis, but we started applying, and the way it works here is there's a couple of websites, or we use an app. I think it's a rent app or something like that, tenant app I think. And how it works is you sign up, you put all your information in, and you basically start looking. And once you do that, you have to make an appointment to actually go and inspect the apartments or the places wherever you want to live, whether it's house, apartment, townhouse, whatever. You have to physically go look at everything, and then after that the rental agent will basically tick off your name, and you will get an email or a notification or a link to basically go and complete your application for this specific place that you saw. Now I feel like it is a little bit different than back home, because I feel like you can basically go onto whatever platform you want to, Property24 or the other platforms, and you can go look for an apartment, you can apply there, and you don't have to go in physically to go and view it. I don't know if the rules have changed, but when I was still living back home, I was living in Durban and I rented an apartment. I didn't physically have to be there, but I wanted to go and look at the apartment, and I could apply before seeing the place, whereas here you can't apply until you see the place, because your application just won't go through. And that was kind of like a very time-consuming thing, because while my husband was like on leave, I think he was on leave for 2 weeks before he started his job, we had to go and view so many apartments before we even got to this one that we're living in now. I think we saw up like over 20 apartments, and every day we would see, like, go and inspect at least 4 to 5, and sometimes they're very like far apart. Now keep in mind, in this time we were still figuring out the public transport system, which is like easy and all of that. I'll get into it later, but we had to figure out the routes, we had to figure out where the hell we were going, because we had a lot to see. So in the first initial days we relied heavily upon like Uber, just to at least get to the place on time, and then we would figure our way out on public transport back to the hotel. And that was kind of like the initial big challenge. I think when we got here, we eventually found an apartment like 2 weeks after, like, since we got here. So we got here on the 1st of Feb, so 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, like on the 17th-ish, I think, we moved into this place here. And ironically, this was the first place that we saw, and at the time we did not think that we wanted it, just because it's like there's a train track right behind the apartment. but it came through and we were like, huh, So we were meant to be here. So that was like the first initial challenge. I think everything else after that kind of fell into place. I started a new job, like literally across the street from my husband. So it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. And then public transport, so we use like a mix of it. We'll go on the train, the bus, or we still use Uber. I use Uber the most, I would say. I use Uber the most. So those were like that's kind of like the main challenge, I think. I don't know what the status is now, if there's still kind of a rental crisis or not. But for us, it was like very difficult to find, especially because we didn't have a lot of background, like a lot of Australian background basically. So yes, back home I used to rent, and then we lived with his family for a bit. So we didn't have like an Australian like landlord reference letter. But he has family here in Sydney, so we kind of just use them for character witnesses as well, and we use our family back home to also just vouch for us. But that, I would say, was really one of the challenges, and it was so stressful because we had 2 weeks at the hotel and we extended it for like just 2.5 weeks. So it was stressful because hotels aren't cheap, guys. It's not cheap, especially the one we were in. But yeah, that was the initial, I would say that was the initial one. The second, I think, challenge, I won't really say it is a challenge. I think it's just like getting used to everything. So I love cooking, and I love flavorful food. Let me say that. And the other challenge that I had was, I think it was actually both my husband and I, but mostly me, was just finding the right kind of like spices. Now, I am a Robertson girly at heart, and it was just like the taste, there's just like a difference in taste, okay? There's a difference in taste. And it took me a while to kind of get used to like the way food tastes here. Everything is like so fresh, even fast food. Like my husband and I, we joke all the time and we say that like even the fast food tastes healthy here. And sometimes, you know, you just want those unhealthy food, but like for the fast food to taste healthy, I don't know, that in itself says something. It's not really a challenge, it's just kind of getting used to like the environment, getting used to the food here, and just the culture and just ways of living, because it's so different from South Africa. The moment you step foot, or you put your foot down here, it's literally a whole new world. It's a whole new world. And I think it was just like we were just thrown into it. We were very excited at first, but obviously like it takes some getting used to. And I think if you're a person open to change, or you love change, I think it will be good for you. I used to think I am very open to change, and even I still had like challenges, like adapting a little bit, just getting used to the Australian way. Yeah, still getting used to the Australian way. Alright, let's go into the next one. Okay, so the next one touches a little bit on the first part, but it's basically just lifestyle, just the differences, just the way how different people live. Like Perth is like different. So I've only been to Sydney, and compared to Sydney, I like Perth. I prefer Perth. It's very chilled. It gives me Durban vibes, so the mix of Cape Town, I would say. So it's very chilled. People are super friendly here. Like there is a huge coffee culture here. There's a cafe like around every single corner. You will never run out of places to go for a cup of coffee. Like it's that deep. They take their coffee very seriously. Very seriously. I used to think we had a coffee culture in South Africa, but it's nothing compared to this. Like nothing compared to this. And then I think the second one that really shocked me too was just obviously everything works here. Like the public transport works. There's no load shedding, which yeah, there's no load shedding obviously. In fact, it's like I feel like they have too much power. No load shedding, so I had to unlearn my PTSD from load shedding. I still have it sometimes. And that was, yeah, it was just like a breath of fresh air, just not to have to worry about lights going off or constantly be on a schedule. Okay, like, okay, cool, I'm gonna cook from this time to this time because we get load shedding at this time. That was kind of like the first like yay, super yay moment. Everything else, I would say Perth is very diverse. I can't speak for the rest of the cities, but I have noticed that Perth is so diverse. There's a lot of people from a lot of different countries here, and everybody just gelled together. I don't know, it's a vibe. It's just so refreshing. It's refreshing, that's the word. It's refreshing. So we haven't really explored that much, but obviously it's a coastal city, like the whole Australia is coastal, but the beaches here are very pretty, at least the ones we've seen. We've been to Scarborough, we've been to Fremantle, and we still want to go to all the other ones, but that's like good, like it looks very great. And I don't know, I think it's just like everybody's just chilled. It seems like everybody has a good work-life balance, and that's something that I struggle with at this point, because it's like, I don't know, I struggle with it. I'll let you guys know in another video down the line if that changes, but I feel like my weeks Monday to Friday is just work, and my brain doesn't switch off, and I need to get to that point, because Australians are very good with balancing work and life, and I need to get there. I think it's the South African in me. So the second one, I would say, and I touched a little bit about it earlier, is food. So obviously it's like I had to get used to food. So back home, you know, I was a curry girly, like just eating Woolies pre-made food, or just it, like I feel like South African spices just give you like such a good range of things that dishes you can make with it. So here, when we got here, it was a little bit difficult getting used to the spices, getting used to how the salt is. Sometimes it doesn't taste that salty, or it's sometimes overly salty even though you put a little bit. How the spices, at least the ones I've tried, a couple that I've tried, had like a sweet aftertaste. It was like like for instance the barbecue spice. I was making like chops in the oven the one time, and I used the barbecue spice, and it tasted so sweet, and I was just like, this is not it. I need my Robinson spice. I need it to taste like a barbecue. I don't need it to taste so sweet. So that was like the one thing that I'm still not over. It's just getting used to the way things taste. Now, even back home, I'm very big on Asian food. So I'm lucky that there's a lot of authentic Korean places here, and Korean cuisine is like my favorite. It's like up there. So I've tried a lot of Korean food, and that's actually like my go-to food. It's like sushi, or like ramen, or kimchi jjigae, or anything Korean really. And that's another thing. It brings me to another point. It's just how diverse Perth is, because there's literally a restaurant for every type of cuisine you can imagine. Any type. Yeah. Okay, so now that we covered food, let's talk about the one thing that I've seen on Facebook. So I'm in like the South Africans in Perth Facebook group, and South Africans are just South Africans. We're just a unique breed, to be honest. And a lot of people like have been asking, like, how do you make friends? Like, how do people socialize here? Like, how's the social life? And to be honest, I don't make friends the traditional way. I think since I was like 22, 23, I've never really made friends the traditional way. I normally use like Bumble, and back then I used Tinder to make friends, and that's actually how I met my husband. It was like a surprise, but anyway, story for another day. But when I got here, I got Bumble, and I've met like a couple of great people from there. I'm still friends with like 2 of them, and it's just like I am still trying to figure out, or to find this life balance, just balance life, okay? So it's like very hard for me to make plans, and the Cancer in me, if you're a Cancer, you would know this, but the Cancer in me is just like, I'll feel like today I'm like, yes, I want to go out on Friday, it's great, and then Friday comes around and I'm like, oh no, what did I do? I made plans. But yeah, I've made a couple of friends and I'm still building like my girl gang. I'm still trying to build my girl gang. I'm just trying to figure out like how to balance my life first. I feel like I'm not at the space where I can be a proper or a great friend right now, just because like, I mean, I'm a newlywed, okay? So it's my husband and we spend most of our time together, and then after work when I get home, I just want to chill. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything. I think I need to get to that place where I'm open to these things and I know I'll attract whoever I need to attract, and I'll be at the place where I can be a good friend. Because right now I feel like I'm a flaky friend, you know, because I'm just tired all the time, you know. I'm tired. Your girl's tired. Yeah. So anyway, so it's not that difficult to make friends. Like I said, everybody's really friendly. If you're like me and you don't want to make friends in a traditional way, I'd say sign up for Bumble Friends. Very easy to make friends there. Everybody is kind of like also trying to make friends. I feel like all the introverts are there in a sense, because it's just easier to make friends like that. But if you have a job here or you coming in with a job, like make friends with your colleagues. Like I'm good friends with my colleagues as well, and that kind of helps a lot as well, because I think sometimes if you just want to do something over the weekend or whatever you want to do, you at least have one friend. So just be open to that. Just think about that. Okay, on to the next one. So I mentioned I got a job. So I'm like actually very lucky and very blessed that just as we moved in to this place, I got a job. And it came out of nowhere, to be honest. It came out of nowhere. But it is a great job. The place is amazing, and what I love the most is just the culture and the fact that there's like kind of mandatory, I would say, work from home days. Now I love working from home. I need like an energy reset because my energy gets drained so quickly when I'm in a social setting, and doesn't matter how great it is, doesn't matter however it is, I just get drained regardless, and I need kind of like alone time. So I really love the fact that it's like a hybrid setting. So like I work from home normally 2 times a week, and I can just kind of reset. I can recharge my batteries so that I can go back and just be my greatest social little butterfly, you know. And what I've noticed is a lot of the places, at least corporate places, I would say, from what I've noticed in Australia, they offer work from home or hybrid settings as well. And that's one of the things I love. Now there's a bunch of jobs here, like the minimum pay is very high, and also ranges on your experience and whatever you do, but it's really a great place to work and live. Like, no complaint. I just gotta figure out my work-life balance, and then I'll be fine. I'll be great. I'll thrive. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, so I told you about what I love about Perth, told you just like how the move was, initial challenges and everything, and now I think I need to tell you guys what I miss about home. I have a list. And I need to start with my family, because if I don't, they're gonna be like, oh, why? So you don't miss us? But I do miss the family back home. I miss my friends. I miss our dog, Toto. Oh, I miss him so much. It was his birthday the other day, and we missed it. We've never missed a birthday, and I feel like he feels we abandoned him, and I miss him so much. And I think the other thing I would say that I really do miss is just the food, just the flavors, South African food. I miss braai, guys. I haven't had a braai since I left, okay? I took it for granted. I haven't had a braai since December. And I don't know when I'm gonna have a braai again. I don't know. I really miss it. I haven't had a potjie since then too. I just miss the food, man. I miss the food. Just the ingredients. I think it's that I miss the ingredients. Now I found a South African shop here, but the prices are a little bit high, I think we just need to find like a braai stand, hopefully, or we'll have to go to a park, or I have to pray that one of my friends invites me to a barbecue. But the problem is, it's a barbecue, it's not a braai, it's different. If you're South African, you know, it's different. It's different. It's different. So different. I just want my braai. On a braai. If you're South African and you live in Perth and you want to invite me to a braai, let me know. Let me know in the comments, because your girl needs a braai. And then the third thing I would say is the vibes. I don't know, South Africans are just, like I said this in the beginning, South Africans, we're a different breed, okay? I don't know what it is about us, but I just miss that, like the vibe. And I know you guys will know what I mean, because we're a vibe, and I miss that vibe. I feel here everybody mind their own business, right? Which is great, which is good, which is great. It's amazing. Everybody is in their own worlds. They mind their own business. There's not like how can I put it? They're not South Africans, okay? They're not South Africans. But I miss the vibes. I miss the vibes. And I know when I go home to visit, I know I'm probably gonna cry. And I'm gonna come back with all the goods, all the spices, all the everything, just to feel a little bit closer to home. And it's so crazy, because before I left, I was like, I can't wait to leave the country. I'm going to have amazing adventure. I'm going to do this and this and this. I'm not gonna look back. I'm not gonna miss anything. And then a month into living here, I realized I miss my people. I miss my people. Anyway, if you're South African, you live in Perth, comment below, like this video, let me know, invite me to a braai, okay? That's all I'm asking, is just invite me to a braai. Anyway, that is it for today's video. I feel like it turned out, I was kind of dreading it a little bit, but I feel like it turned out to be quite a good video. I hope you guys think so too. But thank you so much for watching. If you are thinking of moving to Perth, if you want to see more videos like this, let me know, drop a comment below, and I will do my best to deliver. If you have any questions, whatever's on your heart, drop a comment below. And like I said, if you're South African living in Perth, let me know, invite me for a braai. I do speak Afrikaans, so if you're Afrikaans, I got you. I get you, you know. That sounded so bad. My family would be so disappointed in me for that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys love this video. Please give it a thumbs up and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next, and follow me on social media. I'll put my links down below so you guys can connect with me outside of YouTube as well. But yeah, can't wait for the next video. See you soon. Bye.